setback for Camp OPS. The Madras High Court rejects pleas by Team OPS, and what we are, what we can say, this is a big win for EPS. Of course, that power tussle within the AIADMK, that is something that has been playing out since the past couple of days, and today there is this huge setback for Camp OPS. I'm joined by Sam Daniel, who's been tracking the story very closely. Sam, this political tussle has been playing out, for a long time now, between Camp OPS and Camp EPS. But now we're expecting that the AIADMK is likely to formally announce the election of EPS as General Secretary.
That's right, Vedant and Divya. Just a few minutes ago, the AIADMK has now formally announced election of EPS as the party's General Secretary. In fact, elections were held recently. He was chosen unanimously, but the results were withheld in compliance with the court order. And now that the Madras High Court has given its orders, the decks are clear and a formal announcement has been made. And he becomes the third General Secretary of the AIADMK, following leaders like M.G. Ramachandran and Jayalalitha. In fact, the tussle has been going on since the demise of late Chief Minister Jayalalitha, after which these two leaders, who were up in arms against each other, had worked out a dual leadership model with OPS as the party's coordinator and EPS as the number 2 in the party. When they were in power earlier, they also had worked out the system of EPS being the Chief Minister and OPS is deputy in the government. After the 5-year term, the tussle became intense, and last year on July 11th, the AIADMK General Council had expelled OPS from the party along with a few of his supporters, including a few MLAs, and elevated EPS as the party's interim General Secretary, which was challenged. Recently, the Supreme Court had upheld the decision of the General Council, but left it to the Madras High Court to decide about the legality of the resolutions adopted in that meeting. And now the court today has rejected all those pleas challenging the amendments made or the resolutions adopted in that particular meeting, making the route clear for EPS to be elevated. And we understand Team OPS would now move to appeal in the Madras High Court, probably to a 2-judge bench. But even before that, the AIADMK has announced the elevation of EPS as the party's General Secretary. The challenge for EPS now would be the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, because ever since they had this dual leadership model, the AIADMK suffered 3 consecutive elections, beginning with the Lok Sabha elections, then the Assembly elections, and then the local body elections. In fact, even the recent bypoll for Erode East, the party lost very badly. And his challenge would be to make sure that the party's electoral or political fortunes are revived in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. That's a big challenge.
Sam, we can also see celebrations have begun at the AIADMK headquarters.
That's right. Minutes after the orders were passed by the Madras High Court, Cadre joined there. There were celebrations, distribution of sweets, and even bursting of crackers. And Mr. EPS drove in a few minutes, after which the committee in charge of holding the party's elections gave him the certificate, formally announcing that the party would now have a new General Secretary, a singular leader, just like other veteran leaders, like popular leaders like MGR and Jayalalitha.
Thank you so much, Sam, for joining us with all those details.